there, I'm Katie Brown and welcome to part 4 of this procrastination module. In part 1 of this module, we introduced a notion that procrastination and self-discipline have an inverse relationship. That is, mastering the skill of self-discipline directly reduces the power procrastination has over you, so that means that the more self-disciplined you are, the less likely you are to suffer from procrastination. In this video, we're going to drill down deeper into unlocking the secrets of self-discipline. And we're going to challenge you to confront some truths that, although may feel uncomfortable, will help you build lifelong self-discipline. Let's begin by understanding self-discipline further. It's important to realize that self-discipline isn't a personality trait that you either have or don't have. Self-discipline is a skill that anyone can learn. And it doesn't require you to force yourself to use willpower to overcome resistance towards action. The key is to develop the ability to become aware of your subconscious resistances to action, and then overcoming those resistances. In essence, it's the process of coordinating your conscious and subconscious psychological elements. To simplify this, your personality is a network of connected but individual elements. These include desires, emotion, needs, fears, thoughts, intellect, memories, and imagination. In all of us, these elements operate in various degrees of conflict. Sometimes our emotions pull us in one way, while our intellect pulls us in another. This is just like a game of tug-of-war.
Emotions! Intellect!
Many times, our desires try to lead us down a path, but our fears won't allow us to follow. Self-discipline, then, is the skill to be able to direct all the various parts of our personality, so that rather than being immobilized by inner conflict, all our psychological elements are pulling in the same direction, towards your consciously chosen goals. Therefore, a key lesson to learn here is that instead of asking yourself,
how can I get myself to do what I should do?
Instead, ask yourself,
how can I get myself to do what a part of me doesn't want to do?
Therefore, the secret to success revolves around your ability to be able to recognize and deal with the part of yourself that offers resistance. To put this into perspective further, think about this. Why is it that when we're at school and a teacher tells you a task that you have to do, we just do it automatically? But when we go ahead to do it at home, we struggle to open up our textbooks. Well, at school, the teacher is the authority figure, and they tell us what to do, how to do it, and when to have it done by. Under these circumstances, we don't struggle with any inner resistance. On the flip side, when it's your turn to be the boss, things can go a little bit differently. Your self-discipline muscle lets you down, making you become powerless to overcoming inner conflicts, both subconscious and conscious. The reason for this dichotomy is because at school we spend the majority of our time being disciplined by others. And because of this, we seldom develop the necessary skills to discipline ourselves on our own. And just like any other muscle, the self-discipline muscle needs to be developed and exercised in order to get stronger and to be there for us when we really need it. So now that we have an understanding of how self-discipline works, it's time to face the uncomfortable realities. You might be surprised to learn that the biggest barrier between you and achieving self-discipline is actually confronting and acknowledging your fears. Fears are the main contributor towards attitudes that can produce problems like procrastination, poor time management, and task avoidance. The mental roadblock between you and self-discipline are actually the fears that live within your subconscious. And in order to reap the rewards of self-discipline, we need to face those fears head-on.
Fear, come at me.
If you're having a hard time understanding the connection between fears and self-discipline, our fears are deep-rooted inner reservations that we often hide from ourselves. These fears create anxiety and generate uneasy feelings that we want to try to avoid at all costs. These subconscious fears are the barriers that prevent you from turning ideas into actions. And until you confront your subconscious fears, you'll never be able to establish consistent self-discipline. The following are the most common and troublesome fears that stop us from achieving self-discipline.
Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of rejection, fear of mediocrity, fear of risks.
In the resources section of this module, you'll find a PDF that outlines the characteristics of all of these fears and how they contribute to stopping self-discipline. With each fear, there'll be an exercise that will help you discover your individual relationship with each of these fears. They will assist you in confronting roadblocks and removing those mental barriers towards achieving self-discipline. Once you shine a spotlight and become aware of the negative forces that live within your subconscious, you'll already decrease the majority of their power. At the end of this video, open the Confronting Your Fears PDF document and begin taking the steps outlined in the document. And once you've completed the document, move on to the next video. In the next video, we're going to show you the first 5 self-discipline tools and demyth some very common self-defeating belief systems. Buckle in as we're about to really rock your world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.